like outside, just killed like an NPC, or not an NPC, but like a just boom. I killed this guy, and then it was like a purple drop.
Inhale, take in as much air as you can. This story should last about as long as you can hold your breath, and then just a little bit longer. So listen as fast as you can. A friend of mine, when he was 13 years old, heard about pegging. This is when a guy gets banged up the butt with a dildo. Stimulate the prostate gland hard enough, and the rumor is that you can have explosive hands-free orgasms. At his age, this friend is a little sex maniac. He's always jonesing for a better way to get his rocks off. He goes out and buys a carrot and some petroleum jelly to conduct a little private research. Then he pictures how it's going to look at the supermarket check stand, the lonely carrot and petroleum jelly rolling down the conveyor belt towards the grocery store cashier. All the shoppers waiting in line watching. Everyone sees the big event he has planned. So my friend buys milk and eggs and sugar and a carrot, all the ingredients for a carrot cake, and Vaseline. Like he's gone home to stick a carrot cake up his butt. At home, he whittles a carrot into a blunt tool. He slathers it with grease and grinds his ass down on it. Then nothing. No orgasm. Nothing happens except it hurts.
What the heck?
Then this kid, his mom yells at supper time. She says to come down right now. He works the carrot out and stashes the slippery, filthy thing into his dirty clothes under his bed.
Frostbite disconnected.
After dinner, he goes to find the carrot and it's gone. All his dirty clothes Willie ate at dinner, his mom grabbed them all to the laundry. No way she could find the carrot, carefully shaped into a parting knife, with a parting knife from her kitchen, still shiny with lube and stinky. This friend of mine, he waits months under a black cloud, waiting for his folks to confront him, as they never do, ever. Even now he's grown up. That invisible carrot hangs over every Christmas dinner, every birthday party, every Easter egg hunt with his kids, his grandparents' kids. That ghost carrot is hovering over all of them. That's something too awful to name. People in France have a phrase, spirit of the stairway. It means that something the moment you find the answer, but it's too late. Say you're at a party and someone insults you. You have to say something. So under pressure with someone watching, you say something lame. But then the moment you leave the party, as you walk down the staircase, then, magic. You come up with the perfect thing you should have said. The perfect crippling put-down. That's the spirit of the stairway. The trouble is the French don't even have a phrase for the stupid things you actually say under pressure. The stupid, desperate things you actually think or do. Some deeds are too low to even get a name, too low to even get talked about. Looking back, psych expert school counselors say that the most common teen suicide was kids trying to choke themselves while they beat off. Their folks would find them a towel twisted around the kid's neck, the towel tied to the rod in the basement closet. The kid dead sperm everywhere. Of course, the folks cleaned up. They put some pants on the kid. They made it look better. Intentional, at least. The regular kind of sad teen suicide. Another friend of mine, a kid from school, his older brother in the Navy, said how guys in the Middle East jack off different than we do here. This brother is stationed at home in some camel country where the public market sells what look to be fancy letter openers. Each fancy tool is just a thin rod of polished brass or silver, maybe as long as your hand, with a big tip at one end. Either a big metal ball or the kind of fancy carved handle you'd see on a sword. This Navy brother said how Arab guys get their dick hard and insert a metal rod inside the whole length of their boner.
Who are you? Hey. Wait.
Feel like getting off so much better, so much more intense.
Who are you?
It's this big brother who travels around the world, sending back French phrases, Russian phrases, helpful jacking off tips. After this, the little brother, one day he doesn't show up at school. That night, he calls to ask if it's okay for a friend to pick up his homework for the next couple of weeks, because he's in the hospital. He got to share a room with old people getting their guts worked on. He says how they all have to share the same television. All he's got for privacy is a curtain. His folks don't come and visit. On the phone, he says how right his folks could have just been and told his big brother in the Navy. On the phone, these kids say how the day before, he was just a little stoned. At home in his bedroom, he was flopped on the bed. He was lighting up through some old porno magazines, getting ready to beat off.
I'm working on kicking him. Don't worry about it.
This is after he heard about his Navy brother. That helpful hint about how Arabs beat off. This kid looks around for something that he might do the job. A ballpoint pen's too big.
Dude, you got some problems, man.
A pencil's too big and rough. but dip down the side of one of the candles. There's a small, thin ridge of wax that just might work. With just the tip of his finger, the kid snaps the long ridge off the
Jesus,
candle.
someone put that kid on mute.
He rolls it smooth between the palms of his hand.
Yeah, I'm
Smooth
kicking him.
and
Seriously.
Automatic crabs.
Stoned and horny, he slips
Jesus, I
down
went up
inside,
AFK,
deeper
I
and
took a
deeper into
shit.
the piss slit of his boner. With a good hank of the wax still poking out of the top, he
Alright,
gets
I
to work.
muted him.
Yeah. Mute. How you mute?
Even now, those
Jesus
Arab
Christ.
kids are pretty damn smart.
Shut
They
up,
totally reinvented
dude.
jacking
Go
off.
ahead.
Flat on the back of his bed, things are getting out pretty good.
Is there recording or something?
This kid,
Sick of you.
this kid can't keep track of the wax. He's one good squeeze from shooting his wad when he realized the wax isn't sticking out anymore.
Automatic crabs.
The kid is on the phone talking from his hospital bed. In the background, you can hear bells ding, people screaming, game shows. The X-ray shows.
Did I
the
make
kid
Hey, what the fuck are
something
you
long
doing,
and
dude?
thin, double bent inside his bladder. This thin V inside of him, it's collecting all the minerals in his piss. It's getting bigger and more rough, coated with the crystals of calcium. It's bumping around, dipping in the soft
Everyone
lining
right-click
of his
Now
bladder,
in the lobby.
Then go to user and go to mute.
blocking his piss from getting out. His
Now in
kidney
the
is
lobby.
backed up
There
with
we go.
what little he has leaks out of his
That'll
dick
get rid of
inside
him
his
until
blood.
John can figure out how to knock him off vent.
This kid and his folks, the whole family, them looking at the black X-ray with the
Now
doctor
in the
and
lobby.
just standing there.
Some kid.
This
He's
big
not in
V
my
of
guild.
wax
If he
glowing
was,
white
he's
for
not gonna
everyone
be
to
for
see.
Now in the
He
lobby.
has to tell them the truth.
Who the hell is that?
The way Arabs get off. This is what Big Brother wrote to him from
Now
the
in the
TV.
lobby.
On the phone right now,
I
he
don't
starts
know,
to
but
cry.
I'm telling you, if I find out who it is,
They paid for a bladder operation with his college fund.
it's
One stupid mistake, and now he'll never
$10
be a
says it's
lawyer.
Bungie.
Sticking stuff inside yourself. Sticking
Dude,
I've
yourself
heard-
that
inside
doesn't
yourself.
sound like Bungie.
A
No,
candle
but
in
I
your
think
dick
it's
or a
like
head
a
in your
recording,
knees.
but
We all know
thing
it's
is-
gonna be big
Alcohol bag
trouble.
left the server.
What got me in trouble, I call it pearl diving. This meant whacking off underwater, sitting at the bottom of the
heard
deep
him
end of
at
my
the
pants
beginning.
swimming
Alcohol
pool.
bag connected.
With one deep breath, I'd kick away from the bottom and slip off my swim
Piss
trunks.
one off?
I'd sit down there for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Just from
Obviously,
jacking off, I had huge lung capacity.
But
If
I
I had
don't
the
know what the
house to
hell was
myself,
going
I'd do
on
this
there.
all
I
afternoon.
went upstairs. I thought, oh, okay, this is somebody.
After I'd finally pump
Some
out
sort
my
of
stuff,
funny
my sperm, it
ha-ha
would just
thing.
hang there in big, fat, milky globs.
Yeah,
At first, it was a little funny, but then it kind of got weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
After that was more diving.
Pretty sure it started
Catch
out
it
weird
all.
when you started talking about gross
Yeah,
crap.
Ross is working on taking care of it.
This is why it's called
Yeah.
pearl diving. Even with
Is he
chlorine,
still
there's my
talking?
sister to worry
Vaseline.
about. Or Christ almighty, my mom.
That's stupid,
That used to
but
be my worst dream in the world.
Probably gonna have to
My
do a
teenage virgin
password.
sister thinking she's just getting fat, then giving birth to a two-headed retarded baby.
level 9 warlock.
Both heads are just looking at
Challenge
me.
me to duel.
Me, the father,
That'd
and the
be me.
uncle. In the end, it's never what you
I-
worry about that
yeah,
gets
he's
you.
still talking.
The best part about pearl
Yeah,
diving
this is
is
the.
the inlet
I
port for
used
the
to
swimming
go
pool
to
filter and
use
circulation
the
pump. The best part was
public
getting
vent
naked and
service,
sitting
and there
on
was
it.
always these people who would do this sort of thing.
As the French would say,
So most of them would
who
just
doesn't
come
like
and
getting
vent
their
and
butt
just
sucked?
like play like sound bites of something very loud and very annoying.
Parnell bag connected.
Still, 1 minute you're just a kid getting
For
off,
no apparent
and then the
reason at
next
all.
you'll never be a lawyer.
I'm guessing it's someone from like a raid you guys did or something, and you gave them everyone the vent info, and they just got bored one day and they just decided to come out and annoy us.
1 minute I'm sitting at the
That's the
pool
other thing,
bottom.
too, is you do
the
have-
sky
it's
is
free
wavy,
vent
light blue, and
info,
8
so-
feet above the water in my head.
You know who that?
The world is silent except for the
I
heartbeat
think
of
I
my
know
ears.
who that is. Do you remember?
Damn. Ah, damn. Alright. I got pretty far.